This little cream puff right here has only got 22,111 miles on her. Hell, that's deuces and aces. That's a full house in my book. No, but seriously, guys, this video is going to chronicle everything that's done to my 2015 Challenger Hellcat. I'm going to give you a walkthrough for all the hard parts and some of the software type stuff that's been done, as well as some of the maintenance items and some of the replacement parts I've had to tackle with this car. So let's get rolling. All right, guys, and so for your viewing pleasure, in beautiful red line red is this 2015 Hellcat Challenger. So let's get a walkthrough started on this thing. I'll let you know everything that I've done to the car, again, in terms of hard parts and maintenance stuff, starting at the rear here. As far as appearance items, we've got the later model performance spoiler, which I really do prefer the look of over the stock spoiler. Some splash guards, which help a ton with rock chips. And then the factory replica anniversary wheels, which really set this car off. Love the way those wheels look. Those are 20 by 10.5s in the rear, 20 by 9.5s up front, 295 40 rears, and the stock 275 40 fronts. Don't know if it's an appearance mod. Well, it is in my book, but it also makes it sound a little bit better as a rear resonator delete, primarily because I hated the look of the resonators hanging down underneath that rear part of the car. As far as the sound, it woke it up a little bit, but it's not overbearing. By the way, this car still does not have tinted windows, so that is a thing that is not done in terms of a appearance package upgrade. So as far as performance modifications, in the rear we have a 309 rear differential, the aforementioned reso delete, which again, not really a performance mod, but it does make it sound a little bit different. Under the hood though, she's basically stock air box with the stock air filter, stock pulleys. Everything underneath here is stock. That was the whole mission statement of this car, was to run as good as it possibly can with stock boost and 93 octane gasoline. And I'd say she did a really good job of completing that mission. Something that you can't see underneath the hood is a 180-degree thermostat. Helps it run a little bit cooler. Official Mopar rear seat delete, as you would find in any of the red eyes that are equipped with a rear seat delete. I love the way this looks over the factory rear seat. Plus, the factory rear seat fold down feature can't be used when the passenger seats are in their regular position. So you save some weight and it looks way better back there. One thing I did forget to mention on the appearance side, I did paint the calipers black. The reason why is because the factory red over time will start to fade. And they were kind of starting to look a little pink. So I just always thought it would look better with black calipers anyway, so there you go. As far as maintenance or upkeep items, we've got a new rear speed sensor, which if I remember correctly, I did on the right rear. It has had both front speed sensors replaced, and I believe it was the passenger side where I actually put a new hub on there as well. So new speed sensors for this car. Like the only one that I think I didn't do, I think is the left rear. Anyway, I have that sensor available as well. Speaking of replacement parts, while we're under the hood, it does have a brand new Mishimoto radiator. The factory radiator started to separate at the end caps. So in a new radiator went. Not factory, this is the upgraded, larger Mishimoto. Something else that you cannot see is underneath the skin, there is a lightweight bumper support, and that'll help save just some weight up front. There's also a Scat Pack front sway bar, which actually helps this car ride quite a bit better. Would highly recommend that mod for anybody that's got a Hellcat. Makes the drive modes more usable as well. Okay, so for some other things that you just can't see and it's hard for me to point out, I have used the dealer option to have the RF hub, which is the thing that basically tells the car that the key fob is in the car. I have had that bricked from the factory. It's a service that the factory provides that is a theft prevention measure. It keeps folks from being able to make new keys for the car, and that's a way that some thieves have figured out on how to steal these cars. Well, if you complete that modification through your dealership, they can no longer make any keys. Now, if you ever lose all of your keys, you will have to have the car towed to the dealership, presumably, and have that RF hub replaced. But I will tell you that it is a big deal to have that done to the car. It's a major theft deterrent thing. Also, this car does have a Destroyer 1320 bypass switch cover as well. So you can't just hop into the thing, take out the little change holder there and grab that handle and just push the car anywhere. That would be a real pain in the neck at this stage of the game with this car with that cover installed. And last but not least in my theft annoyance features is my valet mode. In the tune, what I've done is I've created a situation when I put the car into valet where the car basically won't move. It'll idle and you can put it around like that. But if you immediately try to start to give it throttle, the car will in essence fall on its face. And that's something that is, again, it's a theft deterrent, or if somebody's gotten past all of this stuff and figured out how to get the car started, it's going to keep the car from being able to move very far. It also make it real difficult to trailer the car as well. So again, some fairly significant anti-theft measures on this car. I nearly forgot. This car also has a brand new fuel pump installed in it. And for you guys that are maybe looking at Hellcats, one thing you will need to know and probably do the second you buy the thing is put a new fuel pump in it. The reason why, and this is not mileage based, this is more age based, just over time, the pumps get weaker. And in all the data logging that I've done with this car, I was able to catch this pretty early on. So it didn't ever hurt the car, but it's just something that you will need to know. It's a pretty simple install, although the pump's not cheap. You will need to take a look at that and probably just go ahead as a preventative measure, swap out that fuel pump right when you buy any Hellcat that you might be looking at. All right, back to the shop. Give you one last walk around on this thing. Ah, it's so pretty in Redline red. Ah, look at that. Really like this car a lot, guys. Oh yeah, blacked out side markers. Not too shabby for a car that's, well, coming up on 9 years old. Actually coming up on 10 in 2014 is when she was made. November 19th of 2014 is this car's birthday. Early model car. All right, guys, so with that, that is a wrap on everything that I can think of or remember that is done to my car.